Hello, my name is Tracy, and I'm a reference librarian with Portage County District Library. Today, we are going to be discussing using Google and Internet Archive for genealogy. Google for genealogy. People who are interested in genealogy likely use websites such as Ancestry and Family Search, but there are other places to search as well. Google, which has originally started as a search engine, has a variety of digital features. One could almost call it a digital toolkit of sorts. Some of these services can be used in genealogy. Google has digital databases for newspapers and books. Google has a translation feature that can be used for documents. Google Earth can help identify ancestors' hometowns, as well as many other things. Let's take a look. The first service that we will be talking about is Google Books. In Google Books, over 40 million titles are available. Now keep in mind that not all books in Google Books are readable for free. Only the books that are part of the public domain or have received permission from the copyright owner may be readable for free. You can limit your search so that only the free books appear within your search box. This is very helpful because in the late 1800s, there were many local history books that have been published. These copyrights have expired, and they may contain information pertinent to genealogy. And as well as books, you will also find some government documents, some old city directories, and magazines as well. Okay, and I have brought up one example here. This is a local history book for Northeast Ohio, Memorial to the Pioneer Women of the Western Reserve. When I typed it in, I went to where it says any book. You are going to limit your search to only the Google books that are free. This next screen, the book has appeared, and you will see most of the title is highlighted. The word women is not highlighted because I actually made a typo. It should not be woman, it should be women. But from this screen, you can type where it says search inside of this book, and you can look for an individual name, and it will appear if it's found within the book, and you can print out copies. The next item we will look at is the Google Newspaper Archive. This is a digital collection of scanned historic newspapers. The dates vary wildly. It depends on which newspaper you're talking about. There are some that begin in the late 1700s, and there are some that are much more recent. These newspapers are arranged in alphabetical order by the title. Sadly, Google has stopped adding newspapers, but those that are scanned are available for searching. To search the newspapers, use the Google Archive search box, or you can search from google.com and limit your search to only newspapers. And of course, you can browse an individual newspaper page by page as well. And this is one example I'm using here from the Google screen. I have William McKinley typed in parentheses because I want those two words to be together. I don't want any William and any McKinley. I want William McKinley, the former president. And I have limited my search to newspapers only. And this is some of the examples of what has appeared. This first one is a newspaper from March 2nd of 1897. And this next one is from January 8th of 1911. Okay, the next feature we're going to talk about is Google Translate. Google Translate was started in 2006, and it can recognize and translate approximately 109 languages. It can translate text, or it can actually translate websites. But you'll find it's best for one word or short phrases. Some of the problems that Google Translate has is that if a word or phrase has multiple meanings, Google has a little bit of trouble with that, but it's worth definitely giving it a try. The next thing we are going to talk about is Google Earth. Google Earth was created as a geographic information system, which can be used to store, organize, and reference data. Now, there are two different versions of Google Earth. You may be familiar with the browser version of Google Earth, but there is actually a desktop version available that you can download to your laptop. And the desktop version by far has the most features that you're going to want to use. And if you do decide to go download Google Earth, they have a tutorial to help you get started. What can you do with Google Earth? Type in an address and you can see what it looks like today. You can create family history timeline showing where an ancestor lived. You can add pictures to the timeline. You can create your own map to help break through those genealogy brick walls by actually plotting neighborhoods, churches, cemeteries, etc. And this feature I find especially fascinating. Some historical maps from the David Rumsey collection have been imported into Google Earth, which if you've never heard of the David Rumsey collection, right here's the website. You should definitely check it out. It is a very, very large historical map collection, and they have maps from all over. So definitely give it a try. But this David Rumsey collection has been working with Google Earth, and they do have some of their maps in Google Earth, which means you can place the historical map on top of the current map to see exactly where things would have been from, say, an older time period as compared to what they look like today. And if you've ever done that, that is so cool. Okay, next we're going to talk about the Internet Archive. The Internet Archive is a nonprofit site, and its goal is to digitize the world's knowledge. Everything is in the public domain. Their collection includes over 20 million books, as well as videos, images, sound recordings, and web pages. Thousands of these books are related to genealogy. Texts are fully searchable and can be downloaded or copied. Sometimes it'll ask you to create an account. If you want to do so, it is completely free. And this is one example that I used here. I typed in Jefferson County, Ohio genealogy, and you will see a number of books appeared, and these books can be searched. And you will find that the Internet Archive also has copies of the United States Census, which can be viewed for free as well. Okay. Another feature that is unique to the Internet Archive is the Wayback Machine. The Wayback Machine, it's part of the Internet Archive. It preserves web pages by basically freezing them in time. Over 452 billion pages have been saved. It allows users to see what a web page looked like years ago. And This helps because it allows people who encounter a broken link to still be able to access a web page. And this is an example of mine. I found a hint that I had for someone who could be my ancestor or could be someone with the exact same name. When I clicked on the link, guess what I got? I got a broken link. So I took the web address and I went to the Wayback Machine and I typed in the URL. And this is what the Wayback Machine calls the calendar screen. This will show you each time this website has been crawled. And it hasn't been crawled as many times as, say, other websites have. But I went back in time. And if you click on one of the blue dots, that will show you when it has been saved. Sometimes the colors will be blue, sometimes it will be green, sometimes it will be red. There is a key at the bottom of the screen and will tell you what the different colors mean. But we are going to want to click on the blue circle for April the 8th. And this is what it looked like in 2014. And actually, in the end, it wasn't the person I was looking for, but still, it helped me to go back and verify if this is something that I needed to pursue or not. Okay, this is the end of our program. I hope this brief overview has been helpful to you. Thank you so much.